Hey guys, Parfax here, and today we're going to be talking about the character restriction update. They removed the character restrictions. You can see here that I actually have 2 characters on Marama. That's actually just because I had one other level 60 on Marama. But now we can make characters and do other things all on the same server. I have a character here on Fresh Start. If I wanted to, I can actually take that Fresh Start character and I can move him over to Marama, and I can have 3 level 60s there. What does that give us? What does this mean? We're going to talk about it. But first, we're going to bring up the actual post here. And you can see here on New World Games status, they talk about it. We'll go to the update and we will read it to you. I'm sure you guys know most of this already, but we're going to go over it and we're going to tell you, is there any real reason to even have a second character and what you can really do with it. As greeting adventurers, as of yesterday, 6 p.m., we will be removing the restriction on number of characters a player can have on each server. Some examples of these examples of things you can now do after this change are create multiple characters on one server, transfer Fresh Start characters to a world where you already have a character. Please note this does not remove the restriction on the max number of 3 characters that the player can create per region, and we hope this will allow players more flexibility to play on their desired servers. See you in Eternum. Now, if you guys didn't actually know, you can do this. Other than creating a character on the server, you could actually still transfer your character onto whatever server you wanted. It would give you a notification saying, hey, no, you can't, but you actually could. This is something I never did because there's not particularly a great reason to have 2 characters on the same server, but we're going to go over a few things that you can do with them. So we will go, so Sir Parfax, if you guys have never watched my channel, this is my main character, and Lord Parfax is, well, my alt character. So we're going to jump on my alt character, and we will tell you a few things that you can do. Of course, out of the obvious, you can do daily cooldowns. So now you'll be able to do upwards of 3 full sets of daily cooldowns, making 30 Asmodeum plus, you know, if you have all the gear, so on and so forth between all of them. So that'll be a big boost. If you want to make nice passive income, I haven't ran the numbers on it too often or realistically in a very long time, but I'm sure you can make probably around 1,000 gold a day, maybe a little bit more, just by doing that. So it'd be a nice way to get some passive income. Now, one thing you can also do, and I've heard people talk about, is shared storage, but it's not quite that easy. There are a few hoops we got to jump through. We can kind of show you a few ways to do that, or even just a way to transfer maybe some of your Asmodeum onto another character. So we're just going to fast travel here to Windsward so we can kind of show you what we could do. All right, so we're here in Windsward, and what if you want to maybe transfer your Asmodeum from one character to another? Now, of course, you can just go and trade somebody, and they could trade that stuff to you. There's actually a way for you to do it without having to do that. And that's going to cost you very little bit of coin, but there is something you can do. So I have 1 Asmodeum on this character. Let's say I want to take all of my Asmodeum for whatever reason on my main character and bring it onto this character. Works obviously the same way if it's going the other way around. We can type in Asmodeum here. And what we want to do is we'll click on the, well, actually we want to sell. We do have to have the sell here. So let's go down to Asmodeum. We passed it. Asmodeum. We want to look at the buy order. So this is your current buy order. So this is all the buy orders that are up for Asmodeum. We can see we have 3 pages. Let's go to the 3rd page. So the 3rd page, we have 2 at 1 cent. We have a couple at 1 cent here as well. And then we have a 2 cent and a 4 cent. What you can do is I can say place buy order. We'll do, let's say I have 150 of them. 150 at 0.03. 0.03, and I have 150 of them. I can then put in a buy order for 150 at 0.3, and then I can go on my main character and sell that 150 Asmodeum to this character at 0.03. Now, when you do this, the big thing here is make sure that you know what you're doing. Don't just go in and say, hey, I'm going to put it at 0.01. Then you look and you're like, oh crap, we have 1, 2. We have 2 just at Windsward that have 0.01. So if I do that, there's a chance that I sell all of my Asmodeum for basically free to another person. So make sure you just go in here, look, and find which one there. Or what I could do is do like 666 Asmodium at 0.00 or 0.01, just an odd number that this person doesn't have, that way that I can see it. But it is a way for you to be able to transfer goods. It's also a way if you have, let's say, a lot of something and you want to put it in a bank, but you know it's going to overflow, you can also do that. I've heard of people do this with potions. You know, let's say we go to here in my Windsward Bank, and I want to put a bunch of potions in here. I can just put in a buy order for those potions, and those potions will stack up in here. And this means that if I have, let's say, 2,500 pounds of stuff in here, it will be overweight, because even though you put a buy order in, even when it's filled, it will still continuously put those items in there. Now, you can't put anything else in there, but what you can do is you can go in, oh, I need some potions, take out 100 potions, put them in my inventory, and we're all good. So that is something you can kind of do as well. Other than that, you can use your alts for a little bit of extra money by doing a little bit of the, you know, the extra events. So we went ahead and we did get one of our spring bloom tokens. We got our dram here, some of our food. We did get like some of our diamond gypsum, which doesn't give us a whole lot, but it does give us a few things, and you can kind of go around and just go from town to town and do it. Now, this event particularly doesn't give you the actual tokens like they did before. Originally, what you could do is you could go around, get all the tokens on one character, and then you could actually just buy like the emotes and stuff like that with one character or your alt character, and then have your main character to buy whatever you want on. But you can see here, we'll go down here and actually go down to the little, I call it the tree because it's, you know, kind of started with a Christmas tree. But we're going to go here and you'll see that it doesn't actually give us the tokens anymore, which is sad, because that was a great way to get some passive stuff. But we get it. We give us some wispy spirits and a diamond gypsum, which is unfortunate. But actually, are these things, I don't know, are these things tradable? Bind on pickup. No, they're not. So you can't even do that. But you can at least be able to use a little bit extra storage. Now, when it comes to storage, you won't be able to do bind on pickup items, of course, because that is something you can't do. Other than that, there's not a ton of use for it. If you want to have maybe a specific person that's one crafter over another, that way you don't have to swap gear out all the time, you can do that as well. But I'm glad they made the change. Unfortunately, New World is not kind of set up for a bunch of alts. You do have only the ability to PvP on one character. This means now that I'm on this character, I'm not going to have this one able to PvP, so I will not be able to see war boards. I will not be able to sign up for wars. I will be able to do stuff like OPR and go out and just have fun in the open world, but I will not be able to sign up for wars or anything like that. So, all right, guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this change. What ways am I missing that you can use your alts? But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe like always, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.